Hey guys, my name's Isak and I'm stoked to be sharing one of my favorite plants with you guys, the Swiss cheese plant or Monstera deliciosa. Now most of you guys will probably already know this plant. It's super popular in art and any kind of design, be it on clothing or any kinds of tropical patterns or so. So you will see these leaves all over the place. Now, of course, they are really popular as houseplants because they're easy to take care of and just look amazing. Now, the care for these guys is really simple. They don't need direct sun, just a bright spot close to a window that gets some direct sun is okay, but it's not necessary. So just a bright spot close to a window is fine. The soil you want to keep moist, but again, I'm never going to recommend keeping the soil wet. So something that drains, that lets the soil lose some of the moisture and not be waterlogged. I have seen these guys growing inside of large aquariums, so the roots can actually handle a lot of water. So if you overwater it once or so, it's not going to die on you, which is one of the things that makes it such a great houseplant, because we do tend to overwater our plants. Now, basically the more important tips than taking care of it, because it's a hard plant to kill and not to take good care of. The more important tips is just where you put this guy. Now, as you can see in this video, it just looks amazing against a white background. So any kind of solid background that's not exactly the same color as the leaves is going to look amazing with this plant. That's because it makes the gaps in the leaves just really come out and gives it that character, because this is what gives this plant its character, is these big leaves with the gaps in them that just look amazing. It looks like something from another planet, but it's from our planet, and that's awesome. So basically use a solid background. Don't use like stripes or put it in the middle of the room where there's a lot of distractions in the background. Put it against some kind of solid background. Now, second tip is you're probably not always going to have a solid background. So if you do put it by a window or so, you will see that the leaves tend to turn towards the light and you don't see them as much. So like mine, I have on wheels, so I can roll it. So if you do have it by a window, rotate it every month or so, just so the leaves are turned towards the inside of the room again, and then you're going to see the leaves more. So then they're not just all going to be turned away from you, and you're not going to be staring at the backs of the leaves the whole time, but you're actually going to see them from the front. And so the leaves will slowly bend over towards the light again, but then you can turn it again. So you sort of have that view of the leaves, at least for most of the time. Now, I hope this inspires you guys to get one of these if you don't have them. I do have a tip on buying them still. So basically, as you can see here, all my leaves are looking really healthy, and that's something that I'm super proud of. But part of the reason for this is, well, first of all, just taking good care of it. But secondly, I bought it really young. So the thing is, you might say, well, I want one that's big and looks awesome. That's great. But the big leaves tend to damage in shipping or in transport. So it's hard to find one this big with no damaged leaves on it in a store. However, if you buy it smaller, a lot smaller, you can get it with no damaged leaves. So most of the leaves are still going to look like this one maybe, or even like this one without any holes in them. And the big leaves are going to come pretty fast. So if you have it in a moderately bright spot, it's going to grow fast. So you're going to have these big leaves really fast, and they're all going to be healthy, and you're not going to have like any gaps in the plant or damaged leaves that you have to deal with. And you also pay a lot more for the bigger plants, so it's kind of a win-win. You get the chance to have really healthy big leaves and also don't have to pay as much for a big plant. So yeah, I hope this inspires you guys again to get one of them and to just really maybe move yours around and try different backgrounds if you haven't thought about that yet, so you can get the most out of your Monstera deliciosa. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you around.